And welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a different backdrop because I'm off on a work trip. I'm over in Milton Keynes. And I'm about to attempt this session that happens at club this week, but I was leading so I couldn't do it. Now my plan is, it's quite a long warm-up, so I'm going to go across to somewhere called Willen Lake. It's about 2.5 kilometres away probably, so it's quite fun, far for a warm-up. But then the session itself doesn't have that much work in it, so I thought that would be ideal. So during the session it's a repeated thing, you do it 3 times, and what I'm going to do is 3 minutes hard running, 1 minute rest, 2 minutes hard, 1 minute rest, 1 minute hard, 1 minute rest. Then you get a little 3-minute break before doing it all over again. That means in total that'll only be about 18 minutes of actual work. The rest is supposedly just like resting, which is why I figured I might as well do it whilst I'm on a work trip. No avoiding it, and the lake should be just a nice little circuit that's safe. You don't need to worry about too many crossings. If this sounds crazy and people that live in Milton Keynes, like, you might say different, but obviously I'm staying like city centre-ish, and it just feels like so annoying for pedestrians to get around. Like, there's no just crossing the street. To cross the street you've got to do about 4 different crossings, because there's like 3-4 different lanes of traffic, and each of them is separated out, which I'm going straight. And it's just such a pain, and then it's quite hard to tell what's an actual pavement, and it just feels like you're walking through a car park the whole time because there's just so much car parking. Obviously I found Campbell Park, which is quite nice because, well, there's no cars in here, is there? So it's fairly obvious that I can just be on the path. Yeah, it's felt like if I'm not on the red way, I just don't really know where I am. Straight ahead. Oops, wrong turn there, but hopefully I'm going to be back on track. According to my watch, I've already done about 3k, but I'm still not out of the lake, so if we cannot start the session, it might mean I end up walking a little bit back, so I don't want to do too much. I've already done about 15,000 steps before I'd even started the run today, so we don't want to overdo it because 2 days of dancing before I head back are coming up. And I also want to do a few runs in the morning so I can see a bit more of Milton Keynes. Alright, 25 minutes of warm up and we're finally here, so let's start. We've got 3 minutes on the clock. Ready, steady, and go. Let's see how fast I can do this. 3 minutes done. Did about 660 meters. I didn't really look at my pace. I said about 4:30 pace. Whew. 60 seconds for cool down isn't too much. So next up is 2 minutes of running fast. And again, I don't really have a time goal. Just rolling with it. Seeing what we can do on the lake. Minutes done. Not sure of the distance. When I checked, it was like about 4:10, 4:15 pace. So a bit faster. We got the last interval of this first set to go. I think I'm always through nearly around the whole lake, but that's okay. Do a bit on the way home too. It's pretty much straight. Just gotta get my bearings. 1 minute finish. So that's the first set complete. Got a bit more resting and then we go again. So this time it's a 3 minute rest. Just get everything back down, heart rate down, everything. And I thought, whilst I was here, I might as well explain why I'm walking. I feel like there's probably tons of you that like, you can't walk whilst you're doing a running session. Well, let me tell you, you can. Okay, so the main aim of this session is kind of the fast bits, so the bits where you're actually putting the effort in. And like sometimes I will jog the intervals, well the rest periods, but most of the time I'll just walk, especially when it's like really weirdly hot. I just can't handle the heat too much, and I know I probably should be like running to get used to it, but whilst I'm on holiday, I might as well just walk it. And by walking, you're still doing the rest. You're actually letting your heart rate recover even more. So if you find you don't recover as easily as other people, then probably walking between intervals is a good thing for you. It'll help you rest that heart rate like better than it would if you were jogging or still running. And then you'll be back to being able to perform a little bit better on the next interval, or at least that's the plan. So I'm going to do the next set without you. I've got about a minute left on this rest, and then I'll tune back in after that whole set. Set done. I did the first 3 minutes, and within the first minute of that I had to do a little stop. I just was starting to get a stitch on my side, which isn't great. I think you can already tell. Definitely out of breath by now. Then I don't really know what happened to the second one. It just kind of disappeared. It flew by. So I must have just done it and then forgot about it almost instantly, because then when I was doing the last one, and it was just finishing as I got to some steps, which you probably just saw some of the footage. I was like, what? And then it said I had only done like 200 meters. I was like, oh, that must have been the 1 minute cool down. And sure enough, it's told me I've got 3 minutes rest. So that's what we're doing. We are resting, getting up the hill, that those steps were uncovering. The lake was a bit more busy than I thought it would be. It's almost like a little holiday park. So there's like a few hotels and some pubs, lots of kids play equipment, and obviously the lake itself is open to water sports. So yeah, it was kind of hard running through there and smelling like churros or like some waffles. I was like, that'd be nice. But anyway, got a minute left and I'll do the same again. I'll see you at the end of this set. I'll try and get some roll, but who knows? You might just end up with my sweaty face at the end of it. So see ya! 3 minutes. Let's see what we can do. I'll try and get 650 meters. So it's a bit of a weird set. Ended up being mostly uphill, and therefore had to skip a few different sections because my legs are just so tired. So first 3-minute section, I think again about 1 minute in, I did a rest because I'd just gone up a hill. Then this 2-minute section ended up having about 30-second sprint up the hill to start with at the start. And you went down and you went back up, and just as I was starting to feel strong again, I ended up having like a massive thorn in my shoe, just poking somehow through my sock into the bottom of my foot. So therefore about 30 seconds to go, I had to stop and pull it out because it was literally just tearing into my foot, which obviously isn't too present. And then final 1 minute, I did absolutely fine, but beforehand, during the little recovery section, it ended up being like a crossing, and it was like literally a crossing through a car park, and I had 15 seconds to get across this crossing where all the pedestrians were red. So I was like, I'm gonna have to pause the watch to make sure it doesn't go ahead and tell me to sprint across this road, because I do not know the way the traffic lights work. So right now I've got 1 minute left of this rest, then I'm going to do about 10 minutes of just gentle jogging, and that will probably take me even further than the hotel. But I've done about 10k already today, so I don't really want to do too much of a cool down. And in fact, if I get to the hotel in about 5 minutes, I might just call it there, because I've got to go out again a bit later to get my dinner, because our hotel doesn't have any food. So, but that's kind of why I just chose it. I can explore Milton Keynes a bit more. So yeah, see you soon. Right, 4 minutes later, I'm at the hotel just outside, just cooling off a little bit before I walk through. Did about an hour of work. Oh, just telling me to set perceived effort. I'd probably say today that was probably very hard. I feel okay though. Yeah. And then that will log it on my Garmin, and hopefully in a second it will tell you 10.69 kilometers, 1 hour and 2 minutes. So that makes an average walking pace, average moving pace of 49 or 59? 49 minutes per kilometre, which isn't bad considering I walked quite a lot of it once I got to the lake and was doing the intervals. So yeah, I don't really, again, with intervals it's really hard to like say whether it's good pace or not, but I'm like, hopefully when I look at it I'll have like kind of steady paces for each of the sections. So I want a slower pace for the 3 minutes, slightly faster for the 2 minutes, and then even faster for the 1 minute. I don't think that actually happened. I think I probably went out at the same speed, but that's what I'm trying to get better at, is knowing my pacing. And I do it quite often when I'm leading at the moment. I just go out and then suddenly realise we're not at the right pace. We're probably a bit faster than we're supposed to be, which isn't great for everyone, is it? So I'm getting better, I promise. Okay, and then that's everything for today. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope if you're doing an interval session, write it down below so we can all have a little bit of inspiration. At the moment I'm literally just pitching the ones that I miss at club when I'm doing a group run instead of track. But yeah, give us some inspiration of what your sessions are like, whether they're on the track or out in the field.